Welcome to this explainer. If you're a writer, a manager, or really just someone trying to use AI to get through your workday, you've probably hit that wall. You ask for a draft, and you just get this robotic, incredibly generic text back. Well, today we are completely tearing up that script. We're going to walk through 5 specific ways to stop settling for generic slop and start using Claude like a true strategic partner. So let's be honest. Most of us are stuck in the old way of using AI. We treat it like a glazing partner. You know the drill. You throw an idea at it, it enthusiastically agrees, tells you you're an absolute genius, and spits out some surface-level fluff. Sure, it feels good for a second, but it doesn't actually make your work any better. Instead, we're going to show you how to unlock its real power by turning it into a ruthless sparring partner and an actual operator for your daily workflows. All right, let's get into our first technique. The sparring partner. It's time to totally shift our mindset here. Basically, we have to stop accepting the very first thing the AI generates. Instead of a yes man that just blindly applauds every business idea you have, a sparring partner is specifically instructed to interrogate your data. When you present a plan, you literally force it to reply with questions you haven't thought of yet. It makes you confront counterarguments, risks, and those sneaky assumptions that just aren't backed by reality. And here is the exact formula you need to tack on to the very end of your prompts. Just tell Claude, be my critic, identify my blind spots, and tell me why I am wrong. It's kind of like magic. Suddenly Claude starts asking tough things like, okay, what specific problem do you actually solve that your competitor doesn't? Or how are you going to avoid becoming just a feature instead of a real business? Honestly, that right there is exactly how you use AI to 10x your strategic thinking. Moving right along to way number 2, humanizing your text. Let's fix the absolute biggest complaint writers and marketers have, which is sounding exactly like a robot. Because nothing ruins your credibility faster than AI slop. By default, these models just love flowery, overly dramatic language. They're obsessed with words like delve, testament, tapestry. You absolutely know the ones. But real humans don't talk like 19th century poets, right? Real human text is direct, it's punchy, and it's conversational. To fix this for good, you don't actually need to rewrite every single output. You just explicitly save this prompt in your global instructions or custom preferences. Adopt a direct, punchy writing style. Remove filler words like delve. Just by doing that, Claude will automatically drop the corporate jargon and write like a real, actual person every single time. You completely bypass that dreaded AI schlop phase. Okay, on to number 3. Creating persistent memory and skills. We really need to stop wasting time re-explaining our entire business to Claude every single morning. This is where projects come in. By setting up a project with a core memory file, Claude becomes this single source of truth that already knows your brand's whole story before you even type a single word. It's kind of like a desk left exactly how you had it yesterday. You drop in your brand guidelines, your standard operating procedures, your best past content, and it just references them automatically. And here's the best part. Instead of you manually updating your AI's memory every time your brand evolves, just make Claude do it. You can literally just tell it, hey, based on this conversation we just had, extract the most important things and update your own memory file. It creates this amazing continuous feedback loop. It's exactly like training a real human employee. All right, technique number 4, connecting your apps. This is where Claude steps out of the chat window and actually starts operating your other software. It's a massive leap from a simple chatbot to an active agent. Using connectors, you can link Claude directly to the apps you use every single day, so it turns from a text box into an assistant sitting right next to you. It can read a chaotic email thread in Gmail, draft a custom response, check your Google Calendar to propose a meeting time, or even generate and edit templates in Canva. You can tell Claude to analyze a Canva template, rewrite the text to match your brand, and publish it to Instagram without you clicking a single thing. You literally just type one sentence, something like, write a post about this new project and schedule it for tomorrow morning. And then you just watch Claude use its connected tools to do all the heavy lifting while you sit back. It is pretty wild. Finally, way number 5, the clarity audit. This one is especially for every manager and executive out there who is just drowning in busy work. We constantly complain about being too busy, but really, we're often just stuck in maintenance mode on low-leverage tasks. We kind of hallucinate our own productivity, spending hours on things that generate zero actual growth just because they make us feel busy. To fix this, we can use Claude as a ruthless, objective auditor of our time, using what we call the 80-20 prompt chain. First, you ask Claude to look at your chat history and make an exhaustive list of everything you do. Second, make it ask you clarifying questions until it's super confident it knows the top 3 activities driving 80% of your actual results. And finally, ask it to identify the one absolute most important thing you should focus on today. Implementing this level of extreme focus, combined with automating your busy work through those connectors and memory files we talked about, can easily save a professional 10 or more hours every single week. It just completely cuts through the noise and removes all that friction from your daily output. So taking a step back, look at how all of this builds into an unstoppable workflow. You're challenging your ideas with a sparring partner, sounding completely human in your text, remembering your business context through persistent memory, operating your apps via connectors, and hyper-focusing your time with a clarity audit. This is the ultimate difference between just playing around with AI and truly leveraging it as a pro. When you combine these 5 techniques, you're going to be using AI so effectively it honestly feels a little illegal. It takes the tedious work off your plate, finds the holes in your logic, and literally gives you your life back. Which leaves us with one final exciting thought. With Claude handling the busy work and sharpening your strategy, what incredible things are you going to build with all that newly unlocked leverage?